A systematic review and meta-analysis published in the journal Sports Medicine titled Heavy Resistance Training versus Plyometric Training for Improving Running Economy and Running Time Trial Performance by Yuuri and colleagues aimed to determine which training approach is more effective for runners. This presentation, brought to you by Talking Sports Science, will provide a short summary of their research and recommendations. Simply put, running economy is the amount of oxygen the body needs to run at a certain pace. Those who use less oxygen while running at a given pace are said to have a better running economy. From a training perspective, both plyometrics and heavy resistance training may be effective for improving running economy and running time trial performance. Plyometric training mainly consists of various jumping actions utilizing the stretch shortening cycle, which enhances the ability to store and utilize elastic energy more effectively, therefore leading to a decrease in energy consumption during running. While heavy resistance training can lead to increases in strength and power, which in turn can decrease the relative load required by the working muscles during running. In terms of Yuuri and colleague selection criteria, studies were eligible to be included if they involved middle or long distance runners. They also included cross-country runners, triathletes and duathletes, and must only have examined the effectiveness of either heavy resistance or plyometric training. That was completed over 4 weeks or more. Studies were excluded if the training intervention involved a combination of both types of training. Heavy resistance training was defined as using loads at 70% of 1 repetition maximum or above, or equivalent to a 12 repetition maximum or less, while plyometric training was defined as a bodyweight exercise and or performing 20% of 1 repetition maximum or less, performed by utilizing the stretch shortening cycle. In the end, 22 articles met the criteria and were included in the review and analysis. 13 articles included heavy resistance training and 9 included plyometric training. Moving on to the results and recommendations. Performing heavy resistance as an adjunct to running training was more effective at improving both running economy and time trial performance in comparison to plyometric training. In terms of the resistance, it's recommended runners train with nearly maximal load, for example, 90% of 1 repetition maximum or above, or performing 4 repetitions or less at maximum load, as this was found to be the most effective at improving running economy. The effects on running economy from both heavy resistance and plyometric training were greater when training was performed for a longer period. It's recommended that heavy resistance and plyometric training should be completed over 10 weeks or more, with highly trained runners possibly needing slightly longer, for example over 12 weeks, to improve their running economy. And that concludes this presentation. I recommend you check out the full article, the link is in the description. Thanks for listening folks, see you next time.